Aloha, aloha, aloha. Welcome to Five Questions with the Source with the one and only Big Jack Storytime.
Oh man, thank you, thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. So good to have you on. First one's in the chat. We got Deborah L in the building, and then Jaden is here. Welcome in, Jaden. How are you doing? Good to see you. So today's show, Big Jack Storytime. Our guest. Let me pop that on the screen. I always like to have that banner going. Let's see here. Special guest. Big Jack Storytime, his user handle at Big Jack Storytime, host of the Iron Sharpening Iron Show and We Be Jamming Live. Grow and glow together. Look at that. How's that?
That's really cool. You got it knocked out. That's nice. Thank you.
I had to throw up a little club background. Little. Does that take you back to? I wasn't around in those years. Was that the 70s?
Yeah, I was born in '70, so I grew up in the
Oh,
in the
okay.
'70s. So I was a little kid then, but at the same time,
All
that's
right.
that's my link time right there. So
Okay.
I'm a
I'm an
'70s
80.
baby.
I'm an 80s baby. So okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. So yeah. So five questions with the source. Special guest, Big Jack Story Time. Just for y'all to know that five questions with the source. The next episode is coming Saturday with RJ Sandifer as our guest, and then of course Sunday. Tomorrow and every Sunday we've got the support spin wheel. So we spin the wheel to have a winner for each day of the coming week, and then everybody gets their own day in which they're celebrated, and we can all support them on YouTube. And in the ways that we support, visit their channel, watch their content, like, comment, subscribe, share their content, whatever, queue up a playlist, all the things. And then after that, tomorrow on Sunday, after the spin wheels, we do like a source talks, kind of a hangout, and everybody can come on stage with me and present their self, their channel, anything a topic they want to present or perform. So yeah, we got a big weekend here, starting with Big Jack story time.
All right.
Who else just entered the chat? We got a flood of people coming in. Solomon Project in the building. We got Deborah L. Weekends with Nay is here. Feel free to say hi to anybody. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
I'm
Solomon
saying hello to
Project.
everybody.
There you go. There you go. Jeffrey W. Jeffrey W. in the house. Welcome in. All right, just getting this thing going.
Yeah.
So, kind of the flow of today is we start out with just kind of chit chat for a second here, and then we'll go into like a bio, a little bit of sharing Big Jack's bio from his channel, a little bit of some pictures that some he sent me, and then some that I just gathered from his
Okay.
channel a little bit. I always got to do that. And then after that, we go into like a word association game, kind of an icebreaker. And then we do five questions, which is going to be it's less and less five questions, more and more like just connecting as many questions as it takes, to get to know Big Jack. And then, of course, rapid fire, another fun game. And then we go into the panel, bring a couple of y'all on stage. We take questions and comments from y'all, and we just hang out for the rest of the show. So that's what we're looking at today. Okay. So, how are you doing today, Big Jack?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me on the show. And you got a great show going and a great support system, great community. So I'm looking forward to it. It's very different being on this side of the stage. So
Yeah.
where you're the guest and not the host, but I'm here and you got me. You got me
Awesome.
all. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's a good day. It is a good day. Um, so let's go ahead and get towards keep this thing flowing here towards the bio and some pictures up on the screen. So first off, let's start off with a little bio action. This Big Jack Storytime. That's your YouTube channel page there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
2,000 2,120 or more subscribers. How's that, man?
That's I'm still trying to figure out where they all
Yeah.
came from because
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe it. We started in October. Really, the channel didn't start until October 2024, and
Hmm.
and it it's been a joy. I really enjoying what we're doing. When it was, I'm still all over the place. I was still trying to find the niche, as we say. What is your channel all about? Uh, but I think I'm in a good direction now. But when I first started, I was all over the place. Uh,
Yes, I
but
saw. I saw that. I saw that. But that's how a lot of us are on here. But yeah, I did see that like 7 months ago you started your channel again, and then about 5 months ago you started with the interviews.
right,
So
right,
then it really started locking in, like that whole
yeah,
stretch from then to now. These past
yeah,
5 months has been dialed in.
yeah.
Um, so Big Jack story time description. I chopped off at the bottom. I know you like to share your email address for people that want to be on your show and such.
Right.
You can say that if you want. But welcome to Big Jack story time, where real life experiences are transformed into powerful, engaging storytelling. I'm Big Jack, a seasoned voice with over 50 years of life behind me, and I created this channel to inspire, encourage, and connect with those who seek wisdom through relatable, heartfelt narratives. Each story I share is rooted in truth, shaped by lessons learned and told with intention of reaching those who may need guidance, motivation, or simply a reminder that they're not alone on their journey. Whether you're facing a challenge, looking for life advice, or just appreciate a good story with a meaningful message, this channel's for you. As the host of the Iron Sharpening Iron Show and We Be Jamming Live, my mission is simple: to uplift and unite. I believe that we are stronger together, and that if each one would reach one, we all could grow and glow. Woo!
That's it. That's it.
That is well written. That is well written. I have
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah,
it's
that's
well
it.
written.
That's what the whole channel is about, right there. That's the storytelling part came from. If I could share, it's
Yep.
just my daughter-in-law when I turned 50. So I'm just a little over 50 years old. I was born in 1970, so we can do the math on that. So I'm at 54 now, I believe. Yeah, 54.
Okay.
Excuse me. And she sent me a book when I turned 50 about my life. It was a book where you fill in the blanks. It's like different, when were you born? What did you do? This and that. And from that, the as I was filling in some of the blanks, I was like, well, I could put all this in a video, because the whole purpose of the book was so my grandkids would know about me, so they can learn about me. I said they'd rather watch me than read about it. So I that's where started the YouTube channel back up. So it's like, okay, let me kick it back on. So before then, I think if you was to go to my actual page, you say I started in 2012. I believe that's what it says. But that was I was using YouTube as a storage place for videos. So the job that I have, I do a lot of training videos, and a place to store them where you can actually show somebody later was a YouTube, and that's how I ended up starting it. So yeah, so that's where that came from. But so when I said I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna actually do this channel just for me, I took all those
Mhm.
training videos and I deleted them from YouTube. But I didn't know that it doesn't start you over. You can change the name, but that start date stays the same.
Yeah.
So I'm learning, so I'm still growing. But that's where Big Jack story time came from, and the story time was me telling stories about my time in life. So there it is, right there.
Nice. Yeah. And congratulations on 120,000 plus views. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah, it's been fun. It really has been fun. We're enjoying every moment of it. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't trade this journey right now for anything. We've been having a good time doing it, and I'm still here without getting paid. If you can enjoy doing something without getting paid, then it's the
I
passion.
know.
It's not because of the pay. Yeah,
Exactly. Welcome in Life with Wanda. Welcome
yeah.
in Drunken
Wanda.
Chef Barbecue.
All right,
All
all
right.
right.
Appreciate y'all being here. So let's see. Let's pop some pictures up on the screen here. Let's
Uh-oh.
see what order. What order do we want to do this? Um, this guy right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the newest ones. So that's a fresh
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
When you go out, my barber, he's also a content creator. So
Yeah.
shoot, what is his name now? I can't even think what his YouTube channel is, but he is a content creator. And one of the videos I did when I go in there and get my haircut, we turn the camera on and we actually have a discussion, and it's all live. It's not live, but I show the clips from the discussion, and so it's pretty good. So And I'm gonna have to look his name up. Oh, all right. I
Oh,
love to
they're there.
fish. I love to fish. So
Okay.
that's where we're somewhere out on the water,
Yeah.
somewhere. And I like to go more deep sea fishing. I like to catch the big fish. So so that's a picture from being out somewhere on the water, probably Ocean City, Maryland. Ooh,
Look at
okay.
this.
Yeah.
This.
Profile pic. Like that was before I got to the barber shop, so I need to go to the barber shop. But the picture's
There you
nice.
go.
Profile picture that I use for even at my job. That picture is my profile
Yeah,
picture. So that's
a
what I
good
would
one.
use. Yeah.
Is this
You
golf?
know, I love golf. So if anybody know me, they know I'm a golfer. And that right there is those are different shots from whatever course I'm on. So any course that I'm on, I will take a what they call a selfie of the course, and
Yeah.
that's out there.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's a
so
cool idea.
every course I play, I'll actually get a shot so that one I know I was there, and then I actually show the course, and yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Stories behind these next couple pictures. What is going on here?
I'm a Raiders fan, so I like the Las Vegas. I like the Las Vegas Raiders, and we went out to one of the games. And while we was at the game, get to do the tour of the stadium, and I actually get to go up on the podium. And I had to couple of words, but it was cool that they took a picture of it and showed it. But so
Some,
and say
sometimes
again.
with football, at least I grew up a Browns fan, so
Mm.
it wouldn't surprise me if you said you were actually hired as the coach, and then they did got another coach, of
Yeah,
course,
no,
but like
no,
just the
no,
Browns.
no. I would love to have that opportunity, but this is one of those where I was there as a just a fan watching the game, and I like to tour the stadiums just to see the behind the scenes, and this was part of during the tour. This came up, but the only reason I'm a Raiders fan, believe it or not, is because Bo Jackson was a Raider.
Yeah,
So the only
yeah.
place I can find a Bo Jackson jersey with Jackson on the back is wherever the Raiders are playing. So I follow the
If you
Raiders for Bo Jackson.
can you do this still? If you could, the Browns are looking for a fifth quarterback in the room right now. Can you do this still?
Yeah. And they picked up Sanders. They're in a good spot.
Yeah, yeah.
They picked up
We
Sanders
got
and
some
almost they got a
talent.
steal with him. They only got him the fifth or sixth round. They got a steal on that deal.
But I
All
think
right.
that's part of the scripting of the whole thing. I think
Yeah.
some scripted still in the league.
Yeah.
Here, there's what's this one? A draft or
So
something?
still at no, really, believe it or not, we're at the Raiders game, and that's the tailgating at the Raiders game
Okay.
before you go into the stadium. And they got this giant man walking around as Chucky. And I
Maybe
like, I
that's
gotta get a picture with Chucky. Like, so it's a Chucky, supposed to be a Chucky doll dressed up as a Raider, and I had to take a picture with him. So
nice.
so
I
yeah,
want to
but
catch the
that's
chat real quick. I'm gonna catch the chat. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm
no,
gonna keep.
you good.
We got the Pinful Life is here. Welcome in. We also got um, Solomon Project is funny as
Mm.
always. Raw footage is in the house as
Oh wow,
well.
yeah.
I'll tell you what Solomon Project said that he unsubscribed from his own channel so that he can subscribe to Big Jack's channel.
Oh wow, well I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Look, don't unsubscribe from your channel. I'm
yeah,
definitely I'm a supporter of everyone. So if you out here and I get your link, I'm definitely coming in and checking your channel out and watching you. So please subscribe, but at the same time, I'm coming to watch you for sure.
We got Tracy's local learnings in the building.
Hey Tracy's, how you doing?
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, it's a good crowd in here today.
yeah,
All
I
right.
see. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Next picture here. I grabbed that from one of your videos.
Oh man, that's bowling. So golf, bowling, and fishing. Those are my things right there. So this is me, and that matter of fact, that's one of my sons. That
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing, but if you see all those pins are down, either I
Made
knocked
it.
them all down on the first ball, or I got them on the second ball. But
Yes, and
it's
you're celebrating.
either a strike or spare. Say again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are celebrating. You did. You hit a spare on this one. So
Yeah, it's
what
a strike
when
or spare. Yeah, yeah.
you hit that strike, I didn't get a picture when you got the strike, and I rushed in today to get a picture, and I got you getting a spare at least. So
Right. Yeah, yeah. Look, I
uh,
take whatever I can get. I'm gonna celebrate them all. So, strike is for those who don't know bowling. A strike is a 10 plus the next two balls. and a spare is 10 plus the next ball. So you want to get your mark. So that's the big thing. So as long as you're marking.
Look at
Yeah.
this lineup. This man right here, whether he's hosting or he's the guest, this is a lineup right here on his channel, live
Oh
shows.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Iron Sharpening Iron Show, we have this is we just crossed the 48th episode. So this week will be, or this Sunday will be number 49. And then Wednesday will be 50. So we're right there, and I'm super excited. I've had the source on, so I've had some really high quality guests on, and learned a lot of good information. So that's what it's all about. For sure.
This next one on the screen, there's a few things, probably three things to talk about.
Okay.
So let's take a minute to talk about the first one.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So you got the three things. So the top one, we had Cindy Moore. She was on the show. She had her husband Greg with her, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. So 2 Sundays ago, we had her on the show. The focus was June 1st. Matter of fact, the focus was on summertime and skin health, and getting the right sunblock, and what can we use and all this stuff. So really good insight, and I'm glad that it has Cindy Moore on. Her channel is Cindy Lifestyle and More.
And
Greg.
Cindy and Greg were on the Source 5 questions.
Oh, okay, so they was on, yeah. But then it was. Say again.
Go ahead. Just about a week or two before your appearance.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So she was on. Her and Greg was on the show, and then unfortunately, like 4 days later, so it was on a Thursday. So they was on the show Sunday. That Thursday, I get an email from a family member of Cindy saying that Greg had passed away, and it stumped me. I mean, really, I was totally stumped. But one, I was honored that they would even email me and let me know. They didn't have to let me know at all. So that's a respect that we have for each other in the communities and all that. You would share that kind of news. But then they say, could you post something or put something out so that the communities would know? And that's how I put a little clip together and put it back out there of Gone But Not Forgotten. It was the short that I did. But definitely my heart still goes out to Cindy and her family in this time, because if anyone knows that those two, they worked very well together, really supportive of one another, and they loved each other, and it wasn't like he was sick and it happened. It just happened. And so so it's but anyway, so that was the first one. So
want to add to that, they were on 5 questions, and Greg was a really sweet guy and very supportive. They were working together on the channel and everything, and it was just a shocker. And then if anybody could visit Cindy Lifestyle and More is her user handle, and just share your condolences. Let me pop that back up on the screen there.
Wow, we be jamming live. So the last Saturday of every month, we do a live music show. So we have musical artists, comedians, poets on the stage, and we did a little twist to it now. So instead of getting a live artist up, I'll go and get their permission to put their videos up. And so I will take a video from their channel, or they might send me a video, and then we'll put it on the show. But it's almost like a VH1 or Video Soul or something you see on MTV, but that's just a way we have fun on the last Saturday of the month where we get to jam out, and we just have a good time on the music side. I am not a musician. I don't play an instrument. I did win a singing contest once in my life, but I think the competition was just bad. It wasn't that I was good. So, but there we go.
Wait, you're not here to sing today for us?
You don't want that. Like I tell people, I sing solo. Nobody can hear me. That's about
it. Ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Yeah. Like I only know one song, so you don't. So that was it. So
I sang "Happy Birthday" on karaoke live like this past week. That's the only song I could think to sing. Right.
Nah, you can't go wrong with "Happy Birthday." So the last one is The Gentleman's Journal is another idea. It's a break off or spin off from the Iron Shopping and Iron show. And that's the last Wednesday or Sunday of the month. So the Iron Shopping and Iron show is every Wednesday, every Sunday. And whichever one, if it's a Wednesday or Sunday, but whatever the last show of the month is, that's where we'll have a panel of men up on the stage discussing men's concerns, men's issues. And it's not just about men, but at the same time, it's just a way to get the men on the stage and talk about some of the things that we go through. And yeah, I see Rob Foodish say he is a very sweet guy. And he's going to be missed but not forgotten for sure.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Cindy going forward, Cindy said he would want her to go forward with what she is doing. She's doing.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I hope she does. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Big Jack, do you play the piano? Tracy's saying.
No, I do not. My son, my oldest son, is the musician of the group. He is the band, the Heavy Hitters. So if you ever see the Heavy Hitters on there, Pharaoh Keys, that's my son. So he's the one that plays the keys for the Heavy Hitters band. And I have no musical talent, not even the piano. I might be able to play the triangle. I might be able to hit the ting, but other than that, it's gone.
Right. Okay. Also in the chat, Delcetta's book is here. Hello, Delcetta's book, and well, appreciate you. And Solomon Project's got so many jokes. I can't put them all on the screen though. I think he said something about he brings an aluminum bat to the golf course. It doesn't go over so well or something.
Nah, that probably wouldn't work. But look, I've seen a lot of videos lately of people fighting on the course, so you might have to put a bat in the bag now because it's getting a little rough out there.
Right. Indeed. I haven't golfed so long. Yeah.
I love that sport. I really do. Yeah.
Shout out to the Heavy Hitters band. Shout out to them, right?
Yeah, that's it's lovely watching those guys, and I'm very supportive of them. Not just because my son, but just to watch the grind and seeing and being able to have a band that you can see the behind the scenes and all of that. So it's really cool watching them grow.
Real quick, while we're on that topic of the We Be Jammin', some of your guests, who's played an integral role in that show's launch and each episode? Can you shout out any people that have?
Well, right now I would say for sure Guy and Shine. So Guy and Shine, and that's Good Vibes. They have their own show, but they're more like co-hosts of the show. So they have every show that we do, they come on the stage. The Rose Twins, they definitely been very supportive, and they, one of them come up and perform. So when you look at it that way and say every show that's already locked in, I don't have to reach out to them. I just send them the link and say, hey, they know, they look forward to it. So that's the blessing part of it, when you have people that's willing to support something that's, it's not theirs, it's not their show or whatever, and they're not trying to take it over, but at the same time, they're there to support. And I love that idea. And then you got B. Belinda. So she comes in and she behind the scenes does a lot of work. I think she's way better than Nightbot. So she comes in and drop a lot of links and keeps the show moving. So every artist we put on the stage, she will make sure their links get dropped in the chat and things like that. So that helps a lot to have people that's willing to work with you. And like I said, I'm not getting paid. They're not getting paid. They're just doing it out of one of the love of being able to do it and to be able to be a part of something. And We Be Jamming is kicking off. I think we didn't do January, so we done a February, a March, a April, and a May show. So we've done at least 4 shows already, and then we got this one coming up in June. To the point where Dapper PH out of the Philippines, he sends me videos from his show. He sends me videos that we can use some of his artists on the stage and all that to his prime timers. So it's a lot of people that's helping keeping this thing going, and I'm super excited. And now we got Don't Tell Comedy, which is a channel. So they give me the comedians. We had to cut a deal where I can use their comedians. So it's starting to grow where now a lot of people are starting to allow me to expose their artists on this show for this opportunity. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's been awesome. So let's see. I want to get into the icebreaker, the word association game.
Uh-oh.
Um, yes, fun, fun, fun. Oh yeah, and shout out to Double Roses. I know they were big those first couple episodes. They're still going strong with it and everything.
Oh
Double
yeah, oh
Roses.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They, it's they haven't been up on the stage in the last couple, but they're right there. They're always supporting. So yeah.
All right. Icebreaker, word association game. So it's kind of like I'll say a word and then you kind of respond with the kind of first word or first thing that comes to mind kind of thing. Kind of loosen up around here.
Okay.
Um, so let's get to that. Let me see who else, if anybody popped in. Nope. Okay. So first word on the list is the DMV area.
Oh yeah. So the DMV, for those who don't know, the DMV is that Washington D.C. area. So that is where I'm born and raised. So the D stands for district. So Washington D.C. we call it the district. The M, of course, is Maryland, and the V is Virginia. So it's Northern Virginia, or eastern part of Maryland, and then the Washington D.C. area that makes up the DMV. So if you're from Baltimore, you're not in the DMV. So that's just let you know that's not possible. Yeah, they can't claim that. So that's it though. But the DMV, yeah. And it's not where you go and get your license plates or your tags for your car. It's an
Right.
area. Yeah.
You're not the only one. It seems like a lot of people are very proud of that area, being from that area. I've heard a
Oh
number
yeah.
of YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's when you're from that area, you know about it. And it's just, you can claim DMV and that's the whole thing right there.
something I've noticed about your shows and your live streams is that like your whole shows up in the club. So what your family.
Well, it's a family friendly show. The Iron Sharpening Iron. It's a safe space for any guests that I have on the show, so they don't have to worry about me trying to, we're not trying to do anything for clicks and likes and things like so. A lot of controversy and all. So, and one way to prove that, in a sense, is my mom is in the chat. My mom comes on. My mom was a guest. She was actually on the show. My aunts, they come in the chat. My kids come in the chat. My wife comes in the chat. So excuse me, what you saw in the bio was like it's real talk, it's real life, it's real stories. These are not so my big thing and way I show that even with my family being there, that they know these stories or they're learning these stories. And it's nothing that I'm gonna say that well he's lying or that's no, it's all true. And you can ask any one of them in the chat and get the confirmation if you needed it. So, but yeah, love my family and I thank them for supporting
Uncles and aunties and nieces and nephews and mama and
everybody.
papa, grandparents,
Everybody.
and cousins.
Yeah. Well, I know you say we take pride in your family. A lot of times you make like they say it takes a village, and that you get an opportunity to meet my village. So hey, Cindy, how you doing? We just talking.
Cindy, like
Yeah, not talking about you,
the
but talking you up in a
yeah,
sense. So how you doing?
we just did in the beginning in the first 20 minutes or so of the live stream. We shared a bit of bio of Big Jack and some pictures as well of Big Jack, and from his channel I went ahead and shared your show when you were on with Greg with Big Jack and on the screen. So if you scroll back to the replay, we talked about Greg and you, and just sending condolences and good thoughts. And so thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
yeah, for real. Thank you, Cindy.
Um, okay, continuing. You are healing. Cindy is healing. Okay, thank you for that update.
Yeah.
Thank you. Um, okay, so we're doing word association game. And Big Jack Storytime is our guest here today. The next word on the list is bowling.
And that's my favorite pastime right there. So I love the game. I don't consider myself to be a now a person that could be in the professional ranks. But back in my day, when I was a little younger, I can hang with anybody. So, but I took a 15-year break, and I'm just getting back into it, and I got the bug again. So it's addictive. So if you're in it, if you're really into bowling, it's addictive. And but some people just like to go and hang out with friends and family, roll the ball a couple of times, and they're good. But I'm a league bowler all the way for sure.
Yeah, I grew up in leagues bowling all the way up, and even played a little in college. Didn't play competitively
Mm,
in college, just like a fraternity league type thing.
right.
But I love bowling. But I don't think we have a bowling alley in Maui even, so it's interesting.
It's funny because the area I live in now, and even here where I'm at, they don't have a bowling alley. So I have to travel almost an hour to get to the closest bowling alley, and it's sad because a season is normally 35 weeks long. So imagine taking that 35 or an
Wow.
hour drive every week for 35 weeks, and so when it's in a night league, they normally start around say 7 o'clock. By the time you finish around 9 o'clock, and then you got that hour drive to get back home, it can wear on you for 35 weeks. So yeah,
I'd
it's
have
taking.
making content the whole way there, content the whole time bowling, and way
Yeah,
back. I'd have that
yeah.
up.
The thing is, a lot of people don't like to be. A lot of bowlers in the league don't want to be seen, so I can't really show them there. So it's so much that you can do in a bowling league because it's like, man, all this balls flying, people falling, and all. It's so much fun I can have in here, but they don't want to be seen, so I'm all good. So,
Yeah. Raw footage was in a bowling league back in the day. Fun, fun, fun.
oh,
Uh,
100%.
all you need, Tracy. All you all need to open bowling alley. Oh yeah, yeah. We should,
Yeah.
when we're healthy from YouTube. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Hey, it's funny. A lot of people are now playing The Sims online, so and they have a package of bowling. You can actually open a bowling alley on The Sims. So
Right.
that was the only reason I downloaded it, just so I can get a bowling alley. So yeah, I love
So
the game.
play competitively as a kid, but then you also even went to what's the highest level you performed in bowling? Like what tournaments? What have you been a part of?
Well, I do the nationals, so they have the national tournament every year, and this year the national tournament is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I'll be there in July for the nationals. But other than that, I've done definitely the big tournaments, all the different big tournaments, and even cash, what we call cash, that I won some money in some of them. So, like I say, back in the day, I was pretty good. So, I'm getting back to there. The difference is when I took the break, I took a 15-year break. I came back. When I left, I wasn't a senior. When I came back, I'm a senior. So now I'm a senior. It changed the game a little bit, and just getting myself back in shape to be more competitive.
Bowling thing. So we're just nerds, bowling nerds. Okay. What's your average and high game?
The best game I ever had was a 300. So I've shot a perfect game. I've shot several perfect games, but the best average I've ever had was a 232. So I had a 232 average. So like I say, that was more back in the day. Right now, I carry like a 190 average. So I'm content with the 190. That's a
Yeah.
good average to have. Yeah.
My high average, I think, was about 185,
Okay.
and high game, I think, was about a 272.
Yeah, that's great shooting right there. It takes a lot to put 12 strikes in a row. It's funny because Pharaoh Keys, and if he listen to this, he'll be laughing, but he was in a tournament once and he shot the first 11 strikes. And this was as a youth. He was a kid, shot for the first 11 strikes. And the 12th ball, he got so nervous he threw it in the gutter. So I still joke on him now because I'm like, oh, he like, they was messing with me. I think nobody was messing with you. You just got nervous. It's okay. But last ball
Uh,
in the gutter. So
uh, Raw Fooders has got good questions, so I can't hold them
okay.
back. Here's
Mhm.
one here. Have you ever heard of candlepin bowling?
Yes, that's more of a Ohio. Ohio is known for their candlestick. It's called, a lot of people say candle pin or candlestick bowling. It's just like you got duck pin, which are little pins. You got the 10 pin, which are the big pins, and then candlestick are in between the duck pin and the big pins, but they're real skinny. So and that's why they look like candlesticks. So they're down there. Same tin, same. But yes, they do have it. Ohio is really known for their candlestick or candle pin bowling. Yeah, yeah.
No,
So I
I'm
have.
from Cleveland, Ohio, but I guess I haven't been there in
Yeah,
I don't know how 2015.
right.
I was in Ohio 10 years ago, I guess. So,
Mm. Well, if you go out there, check it out because they're
yeah.
definitely known for it, and
Right.
you'll enjoy it. It's a fun. If you ever bowled duck pin before and watching how fast you can throw the ball and see the pins flying all over the place, candlestick is very similar to that. Now, what I
What,
don't like on the bowling side is now a lot of alleys have the strings, and I'm not down with the string pins yet. So I just can't get into it.
crazy. Jerry G. House Jerry G's birthday today. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Jerry
happy
G.
birthday! All right, happy birthday!
Being here for your birthday. All right. Happy
Yeah,
birthday. A
yeah.
lot of Jerry in the chat. Yep. Happy
Oh,
birthday. Look at all. Awesome.
oh, that's cool.
Okay. And I've got a question from raw footage. I'm holding it back just for a little bit still. It'll, got
Okay,
it. We'll get superpowers and all, or, all that sort. She's got good questions. I don't know. David, I'm
okay,
holding it back.
all right.
Okay. Uh, the next word on the word association game is YouTube.
YouTube. YouTube is my passion now. That's my new hobby. Hanging out here, getting to know, trying to learn the game, trying to get to that point of being successful. I think my show is in a position where it has a good meaning. It has a good formula. Have some really good guests that have been on the show, and I just want it to be meaningful. I mean, so that's where I use YouTube as a platform. YouTube is more my focus area, more than Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. But I have the Big Jack Storytime on all four of those, and also but everything is filtered through YouTube. Of course, I use StreamYard as a streaming source, but uh, I'm all about it. So it's great communities, a lot of different people you get to meet, and so yeah, I'm all in right now for YouTube. Yeah, I don't think they can. They're not gonna run me off. So
Right, right. Okay, next one. I don't know exactly what your position was in, within it all, but Reverend, or
well, I pastored. I used to be a pastor of a church, so I was a pastor. For several years. That was younger years. So back in 2000, I think it was 2005 was my last year of pastoring. But I was called into the ministry back in 1993, 94. And I've been all over the world. I've ministered all over the world because of my military background. So everywhere I went, anywhere I was deployed, have had the opportunity to minister. And then when I did have the opportunity to pastor, I did pastor for a while. It didn't. We had a disagreement on some of my beliefs compared to the association that I was under belief. So that was the reason I did step down. That was one of the main reasons. But my faith is still strong and my belief is still strong. And I have no problem sharing the word with anyone or witnessing to someone. I still perform weddings and funerals and things like that. I'm still licensed to do those things. But as far as standing in front of a full congregation as the pastor, it's been since '95. I think is the last time I did that.
right. Next word on the list, and some of these can be just quick fire. You don't
Okay,
have to. Yeah, I
I
like,
got
I
you.
like. It's good. It's good. Some of these topics, the thing is, I like a quick fire, a rapid word association game format, but then I ask the like really big topics, and then how are
Okay,
you going to say anything quick with it?
I got you.
Uh,
I apologize. I'll slow down. Oh, speed up. How you doing?
Good, but like this one right here, you might not have to say as much, but America.
I'm a veteran, so serve my country. So there you go. Yeah,
We're getting to know so much about you just from pictures and a
yeah,
word game.
yeah.
We got bowling and golf and the
Uh,
whole.
well, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and today is their birthday. So happy birthday, U.S. Army! 250 years. So yeah.
We give thanks and we thank you for your service. We thank everybody, in this day, 250 years of what's
Mm.
made it possible for us to have the comforts and the life that we have today. So,
All right. And I see in the chat, Rudy put Happy Flag Day. So that's the same thing, Flag Day. So yeah. So there we are.
happy Flag Day. All right. Thank you for that, Rudy. Sorry, I missed Rudy. Oh, Yoli Motivate came in as well. So welcome, Yoli Motivates. And then
All right.
Rudy Raheta with Autism Homestead in the building. Happy Flag Day. Appreciate y'all being here. Big Jack has a $25 bill, says Rudy.
There you go. There you go.
All
All
right.
right
Happy
with that.
birthday. Yep. Okay. There's the flag. Beautiful. Beautiful. And happy Father's Day upcoming, right?
Mhm.
Tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to you,
Yeah.
brother. Jack.
Thank you.
Okay. So, who knew that the 5 questions is such an emotional show?
It can be. Get the
Um,
right person on.
right. Right. Emotions past couple days too. My live stream the other day, a lot of people brought what's happening in the world or in their own like personal stuff on. So I just like went into it a little bit. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um okay, next word on the word association game is football.
I'm a Virginia Tech Hokie. I played for Frank Beamer, a fullback. So I played football a little bit in my life.
Played college ball for Virginia Tech. You were a fullback.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
I was pretty good back in the day.
Cool, cool. 2,000 subscribers.
It's a blessing, really, just a true blessing. And I thank everyone who has subscribed to me, subscribed to my channel, and I'm hoping I'm providing a good product for them. So yeah.
Absolutely. Um, okay. We've talked a good amount about iron sharpening iron for the moment. We talked a good amount about Weeby Jam for the moment. I'm gonna
Mhm.
kind of tighten up the word game here. TV and music. Do you want to say anything about TV? You could say something about TV if you want.
About TV,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, I'm a, I love TV. I mean, I watch it as much as I can. I'm a Law and Order fan, so I watch Law and Order, Columbo, and so those are those type of shows that I watch, the detective or who done it type shows. So that's me all the way.
Yep. And music. Say a word.
Jazz, 100%. Smooth jazz is my favorite go to type music, 100%.
Uh, Tracy said your channel, Big Jack Storytime, is a blessing, bringing people together.
Yeah, that's the purpose. Thank you, Tracy. That's the purpose.
Okay, so that's word association game. Um, let's see here. The what's after this is we've got 5 questions, which is more conversational, more and more each week that I do. I try to fit in the box of 5 questions. It ends up being like one question ends up being like a 3 question.
Okay.
Um, then I just tend sometimes I just want to keep it flowing, and then it just becomes like a rapid like question after question, and it becomes like more like your show actually, Iron Shepherd
Oh,
Iron, where
that's good.
so I don't do well with trying to fit into boxes, even if they're my own created box. You know what I mean?
It's all right. Hey, you got to let it be free. Let the channel go. And I see Frank said he's played jazz guitar. I play
Okay.
a lot of jazz guitar. We can use you on the We Be Jamming show. So if drop me a link. Let me know. We'll get your music up on the stage. We'd definitely love to have you out there, Frank.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Frank's Tracks. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you being here. Okay. So let's go towards the 5 questions. So how you doing so far today with the show and all this?
Oh, I'm loving it. Look, and if I talk too much, like I say, I want to apologize in that sense because I'm willing to share, And if you hit it, I mean, all these things are passionate. I'm passionate about all those areas that you hit on. So
That-
I'm right there.
It's it does loosen everything up a little bit, and no, I like it. I've had every type of answer. Like some people will be all about like, oh, one word answers, and it goes real quick, and some
Right.
are like, oh, you might just like it's like an interview, like each
Mm.
word interview, like interview. So, so let's see here. Uh, okay, so let's start getting to know Big Jack a little bit more, and we'll of course get to know his channel more, and we'll, you know, just talk more about his various interests and things too, and we'll just move around a little bit with the flow of this. Um, so let's start from the beginning. Tell us, okay, I'm gonna want to know what Little Jack was first before we get to before Big Jack. But maybe do you have like first memory from when you were Little Jack?
Uh, yeah. So, we talked about growing up in the DMV, Washington, D.C. area. My mom had me at a very young age on her side. So my mom was 15 when she had me. So I mean, we grew up, and a lot of grandparents had support. They were grandparents stepped in because now your child had a child. So it takes a village, and I was raised by a village. A lot of people helped get me to that point. My dad was young as well, so he really wasn't a major part in my life. I knew who he was, and I always respected him for who he was. But my mom did a lot of the hard work, I would say, on that side. So growing up, it was just a normal life. I mean, I always had a roof over my head and clothes on my back and food on the table. So it was none of those things where I was worried about that. But in the '70s, the early '70s, you got to think that a lot of things were changing in the United States at that time. Civil rights had just made this big move and things like that. So a lot of things I was exposed to and didn't really know I was being exposed to. I was coming, as those things were changing, I was born into it. But I tell a lot of people, I look at my birth certificate, and not to throw anyway, my birth certificate as race, it says Negro. So that's the time we were in at that time. That's on my birth certificate. So imagine the times that we were in. So with all of that, but I was always learned and taught was to respect everyone, treat everybody equal, even and fair. Everyone until they prove you wrong. You give everybody that benefit of the doubt, and that's just how I was, and I've been like that all my life. So Little Jack was definitely just a smaller version of Big Jack. I was always a big person. I mean, I started playing football when I was 7 years old, and that was like the first thing. And it was easier to get me into sports and things like that because it was already organized. You had coaches there, and it allowed my mom to have the freedom to still go to work and do other things that she needed to do, and it gave me something to do as well. So I started in a young age as far as playing, but I was still bigger than most people out there on the field. So I don't know if there was ever a little Jack because I was already bigger than most people out there. So,
So
but
Little Jack's going out for his first football practice or game or something. And what position is he? Maybe what number, uniform?
And
What was?
I can remember that. So back then, I was a center. So I was a center when I first started. They had me at center and they had me at linebacker on the defensive side. And I remember I wore the jersey number I wore at that time was like 56, I want to say. And the coach on the defensive side was like, just hit the person with the ball. That was it. Just hit the person with the ball. So I had no other mission but the person with the ball. To the point that there was one time that the referee had it, and I was going to get him because like hit
Oh
the person with the
no!
ball, hit the person with the ball. But I was okay at it. But it helped me,
Uh,
helped me grow and helped me learn sportsmanship and playing as a team and things like that. Because when you're young, like I say, my mom was young, and she's the oldest of her siblings. So it was a while before there was anyone else in the house, any cousins and things like that. So you're basically like an only child. And so with that, you had to learn to play well with others, and that was one of the ways I got to do that. So, but I had a good time on the field playing baseball, basketball, football. I did it all back then for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played baseball most of my growing up, but like I played basketball one season. I never played football though.
Yeah.
Bowling all the way up for sure. So shout out to in the chat. We've got Izzy Pop. We got Mark
Okay.
House. And we got B.
Hey B, what's up? Hey
Uh,
Izzy. Yeah, of
the
course,
best
Tracy's been supporting. B is better than Nightbot, 100%.
100%. I've been saying that. Yeah. 100%. There's you could be more than 100%, right? That's what I would
They say give 110%, so I guess you can have more than 100%.
say. I'm so grateful that she can do what she does from jail. What is it? 2075. She'll be out.
I thought it was 2072, but it might be 2075. So yeah, she'll drop it in the link maybe because I think she'll do it.
Sometimes good behavior goes a long way, I guess. Welcome everybody. It's Jerry G's birthday, everybody. And woot woot, lol. B says
Yeah, 2075.
now she got about 150. Okay, great job, B. Great job. She's a good girl. Okay. So welcome all y'all to the chat. Love you, sister, says Tracy. Um, so you're still a kid though. You're still a young little Jack's a big guy, but you know he's playing football. He's in school. Dyslexia, is that right? What was school like for you? What was growing up
Nah, I
being a little?
didn't have any. Elementary wasn't bad, so I had a good elementary time. So elementary was elementary. My challenges came in seventh grade, so I
Color,
don't know why.
that's what
Say
colorblind.
again.
You're
Oh
colorblind,
yeah, 100. Yeah, yeah. I'm red green colorblind. So yeah. But here's the thing, and like my eye doctor tells me, only reason you know your colors, and that's anybody, because somebody told you your colors. When you was
right?
in school, someone told you that's green, that's blue, that's red. So I know the colors, but if you was to put me in front of an eye chart, where he checking the chart where he got all the little different color circles and they got a number somewhere in there, I couldn't see those numbers, so I'm red green colorblind. So yeah, but that didn't. It might have had something to do with some of my times in school, but I didn't know until I was older. Matter of fact, I didn't find out until I was in the until I was in the military that I was colorblind. That's when I was first told that I was colorblind. So like, oh, okay, here we go.
Did you do pretty well? Like, what was your favorite kind of thing in school?
Well, it's funny. I like math, so I really I think I'm pretty good at math. So that was probably one of my favorite subjects. History, because you're always learning something. But in that elementary, but I had a hard time, and in one of my even videos I do, I talk about seventh grade. So if you want to look at that, that was probably the hardest time I had. I was in seventh grade three times. I failed seventh grade three times.
Wow.
So yeah, so that was a tough time in my life where it was you fussing and fighting within yourself and trying to figure out what's going on. Math and English was buckling me down, and so that was a rough time in my life, if I would say, because now you see kids or people that's now younger than you that now they're starting to either catch you or pass you, and now you're still, so it's a big struggle. It really was a big struggle. And when I say I failed it, so I failed the school year. I went to summer school and I failed summer school, went back to next year and failed it again. And then when I went to summer school for the second time, that's when I finally passed it. So it was a rough time in my life. So that's the one hurdle school wise. It was like, it almost broke me, and I'm not even going,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to act like it didn't. It almost broke me as far as even in the seventh grade, you're thinking, what are you, 12 years old, 13 years old, and you're at a point of, I'm giving up. I've done everything, and I really was trying. It just wasn't. I wasn't grasping it, and so that was a hard time for me, really. Yeah.
Get in any trouble, or you a good kid? What was that all like?
I was a good kid, meaning I would do the work, but I wouldn't turn it in. So, so, so like the teacher say, he never gives us any trouble. He sits right there. He just won't turn in the work. And if you ask me where the work's at, it's sitting right here in my bag. And that's like crazy. And a lot of people like, what is wrong with you that you just won't turn the work in? And it's like, I don't know. I really don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah. B
Yeah.
says B says she doesn't care what Big Jack says. He's puts awe in awe.
Oh yeah. B's nice. She's super nice. And I thank you, B, for that. Yeah. But that was a tough time to the point. I had a report that was due, and this now source this be the first time I shared this on anybody's channel, even my own. But I had a report that was due, and I wasn't gonna have it due in time. I know I wasn't gonna have it due in time, and I ended up to try to make myself sick. I just wanted to make myself sick. I took a whole lot of medication. I took a whole lot of pills we had in a medicine cabinet because I just wanted to get sick so I wouldn't have to go to school, turn in a report, and ended up having 6 seizures in a row. I was in the hospital for like a month because of that. So it just, I know we talk about mental illness now and things that a lot of people go through, but that was a real rough time for me. And it was a hurdle, but once I got over that hurdle, I never looked back. And that's the blessing right there. So, hey, fishy things in my time. What's up?
Fishy thing in the house. Welcome, welcome. Oh, so Big Jack was sharing that he does fish. By the way, he loves fishing. So you too might need to.
Fishy things. No, I love fishing. I have no problem. I like being out on the boat. I like being from the shore. It doesn't matter. I'm out there. I don't
Nice.
eat fish though. I don't eat them. I'll catch them. I'm a catch and release type person, but I will not. I don't eat fish. No.
So we're getting to know little Jack a little bit. Big Jack was a big young kid. We got
Yeah,
that straight.
yeah.
And then, yeah, you got a little bit into the adolescent and teen years there. Is there anything more you want to share about adolescent and teen years to let us know more about?
No, I think I had a normal life. I really do. I mean, the big thing I think that happened, one of those major feats, and like I say, now we finally got over the hump, and I'm getting myself 8th grade. Me and my best friend in the world, we're now in the same grade, same class. He was definitely a motivator, helped me get through school, and then we had a house fire. So my house burned down. I mean, burned down to the ground. And so the neighborhood I grew in all my life, I'm now moving. My mom, we all scattered. So the family that you see in the chat, a lot of them, that was a time that we all basically broke and went our separate ways, and everyone went a different direction. But we still stay together as far as the support of one another. But we were all at one time in the same house, and now you might hear a lot of people say like Big Mama's house or whatever. That's how it was, sitting down and having family functions and family discussions and things like that. And around 8th grade, it was just before Thanksgiving. I was in 8th grade, and they called me down to the office, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do anything. But they say, come to the office, and they say, when you catch the bus home after school, don't go to the house. That's exactly how they said it. I'm like, what?
Wow.
They're like, because there's no house to go to, and it was gone. So no one was no one died from the fire, but it was a lot of injuries. But and it changed the family. It really did change just how we were, and we moved all over the place. So, but that was another, that 7th, 8th grade, that middle school time was the defier. That's what defined me, I think, the most, because it's like we've been through this and we made it. So there's nothing really that I can face that I don't think I can overcome. So that helped
Wow.
a lot. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. It sounds like Fishy said, "Let's do it." So I think chumming it with Fishy, that might be happening.
Oh, I have no problem with that. Fishy know that. So yeah, we can get it done. I look,
I'm
he's a real fisherman, so he had to bear with me while I'm out there. I like to fish, but he's a fisherman, so there's a big difference between the two for sure.
a Brit family fun. Yolanda in the building. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Brett.
How you doing? Fit with Brit. Get fit with Brit. Everybody, lock that in. She's a man. She's on it. She's on another level.
Mm,
Okay. Um. Okay. So, non adolescent, teen years. High school. Yeah, sounds like eighth grade. So ninth grade to 12th was after the fire. After you did
yeah.
pass seventh grade, eighth grade, you had fire, house, the whole family come together. So then high school, ninth to 12th. Is that how?
9th through 12th, yeah. So high school. We're in the high school world. We moved, like I say, my mom. We finally moved out of the one neighborhood I grew up in. We're in a whole new world, whole new other side of the, and I'm now in a new school, and it's funny because I get to this new school because of the fire, and I get into school. Say I went to school on a Monday. That Thursday, I'm in the hospital with appendicitis. So I was in school for not even a whole week, and then I'm already in a hospital with appendicitis. So I didn't get to know a lot of people there in the beginning. So when I finally come back, I'm now healed, better. The appendix is gone. I'm healed, and so now we're like going into ninth grade. We're in ninth grade, and now comes the exposure. I don't know any of these people. I didn't grow up with them. I'm new friends, and sports again was a big thing for me. I got to play football in high school. I played baseball in high school, um, bowling in high school, and things like that. So that was like my go to for a point for a time. We had a good coach, and he really took me under his wing and helped me get to where I needed to be as far as getting ready for college, and which I didn't even have that in my mind. I wasn't even thinking of going to college and playing and things like that. It just wasn't in my mind. But once I got to high school and started working in that direction, it started moving. Like, hey, you might be able to do this thing. You might be able to to make it to the next level. And so, but at that time, I was an athlete who was a student, and that's the
Right.
wrong combination. So I'll tell my kids and any other kid now, you are a student who's an athlete. Don't be the athlete who's a student. So my plan A, B, and C was to play ball. Play ball, play ball, play ball. You had to be eligible to play, so I could meet the grade. But it was all about playing. Getting bigger, getting stronger, getting faster, and doing your best on the field. But that's the wrong attitude. You got to be a student and
Right.
and then play. Um, so in the 11th grade, so I'm a junior in high school,
Yeah.
and I'm playing baseball. I hit the ball. I run the first. It was probably it was a good a single, but I tried to make it a double. So I turned the corner. I'm running as fast as I can. I slide into second base, and we're not using Hollywood bases. We're using regular peg bases. And I hit the base. The base tears off the peg, but the peg doesn't come out the ground. And I break the last two vertebrae, L4, L5. So they're broke. I broke them. So L4 and L5 are broken. Um, the ball went over. I got up. I ran to third.
Oh,
Two plays later, I'm at home, and I'm sitting there grabbing my back like, man, it ain't feeling right. Something ain't right. But that was just crazy because I'm playing baseball and I break two vertebrae. And I went 6 months source before they realized they were broke. They thought they
oh my,
were bruised muscles. They said you had some bruised muscles, and they gave me all these pain pills and muscle relaxers and put ice on it and go to physical therapy and do all of this stuff. And I went 6 months before they realized it was broke. So
I've,
so that's me. Go ahead.
I've got a
Huh?
couple sports injuries myself. One
Mm,
was baseball, where I think it was somebody. I was on second base. I was a runner on second base, and somebody hit the ball deep to right field. Uh, the right about to catch the ball, so I'm going back to second base to tag. to wait for him to catch it before I could run to third,
Mm.
because you you got to be on the base when they catch it, and then you
Yeah.
run to third. And I ran to third, and the dude had such a great arm from right field, and I'm running, and it's coming, the ball's coming over my head, and the guy in front of me, third baseman, catches the ball like up high, and I'm running, and I could tell I'm going to be out. Like, so
Mm.
I try. He goes down with the tag, like to tag me, like I'm going to
Right.
slide. I just think, okay, I can't go down there. So I jump up over, and he catches me up high. And then I fall down, spin and fall right on my wrist. Like they
Oh,
said,
no.
the
Yeah.
in the human body is this little bone right here. So,
Right.
oh, at that
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. People don't think
injury too.
yeah, see, people don't think baseball is a contact sport, but there's a lot of contact in baseball. Just you in the ground and you and other players, but it can definitely it can
So
cause a lot of problems.
injury, I'll just real brief here, was I was approaching the lane, I think to go for like probably a split, probably 7-10 or something. And the I was going down like the lane next to me. Like I'm far to the left, like to try to get that thing across. And I'm approaching, and then all of a sudden I just slip on the lane approach. There was
Mm.
oil on the approach, and I slid, and my knee, this knee right here, just goes right into like the actual gutter had like metal, it came to a point. The gutter
Right.
so I went right into it with my knee, and it went into my knee there, and I ended up getting that a couple injuries from sports.
All
So,
right. Yeah, you wouldn't think you're going to say you had a bowling injury like that, but I've taken the ball and ran it into from my right hand and ran it into my left ankle, but
oh,
and I use a 15-pound. But at that time was I use a 15 now, but at the time was a 16-pound ball. So that 16-pound ball hit that ankle. Yeah, it make you think twice about life.
thank you to Tracy's Local Learnings for being here and everything. Thank you for everything. She
Yeah,
go
Tracy, thank you.
bless.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
Tracy's very nice.
Fishy things. Oh, Fishy had a pretty serious sports injury. Injured his pride trying to play basketball. Of course,
Yeah, yeah. I've been there. It was funny because when I broke my vertebrae, and so I'm going to the doctors, and they were like all the stuff that they could do, and one of them were like, "Well, we could take the vertebrae out. We could put in synthetic type vertebrae." He said, "You wouldn't be able to play football anymore, but you could play basketball." And I'm like, "Look at me. Do I look like a basketball player?" Like, come on now. Okay, but
oh, hello, world in the building. Welcome, welcome.
all right, Chris's world.
I'm sorry, I said Patty yet. So Patty, welcome, welcome, Patty, and an extra welcome for you, because I had you written on my list to shout you out, and I just took a little while on that one. But welcome,
Uh,
Patty.
yeah.
Yeah, Patty says middle and high school are hard enough, but to make it through with the house fire, appendicitis, and then broken vertebrae is something to be proud of, Jack. Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm telling you, like I say, my stories, I got plenty of stories. It's like, man, and look, I'm still a kid. We ain't even got to the adult years yet. We still talking about before 18. Yeah,
Right.
and thank you, Patty, for recognizing and the support because you're right. Yeah,
In gymnastics, my goodness.
yeah. So sports, I mean, hats off to all the people that do it on a regular basis. Professionals, even amateurs, college, and all. And I'm so glad that they're getting paid in college to do this now because when I
B,
was playing, we didn't get paid.
B was chasing a boy at gymnastics. It sounds like.
Okay. Oh, she's blew a knee out chasing a boy. Okay.
Yeah. Tuber chat. Oh, Kevin from Tuber chat. Welcome, Kevin. Tuber chat. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Have y'all Big Jack Storytime in Tuber chat?
No, no.
All right. Yeah. Quick
That's I
thing here.
need to.
Gotta visit. It's at Tuber chat is the user handle.
Okay.
I chat. Kevin just got a full-time job, but he was doing every 3 days a 3-hour live show, and he's got a spin wheel and he puts us all up on the stage. He does shout outs and he shows your channel and does a channel review kind of thing. He's got on the screen all his supporters, all his members. He's got this full screen setup with
Okay.
him in the corner wheel stage, and then he's got all the features of all the different channels he's promoting, for all the support he's getting. And he shares a lot of really good wisdoms of YouTube. He also a really great community, lots of small channels, all networking, like big time networking happening there. And
Right.
he does interviews channels that have 10,000 subscribers or more, so they share their wisdom with us.
Okay.
It's dialed in, I'm telling you.
I'll definitely have to check it out, and I'll definitely look them up. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And you've gotten to 2,000 subs before we even go into Tuber Chat, so watch out, man.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go there and we'll link up for sure. Good to have. Good to know that he's out there.
Thank you, Kevin, for sharing. And then Fishy Things said 8 years of football, but now I occasionally get the smoked by teenagers playing Madden online. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
Well, it's funny because this year, 2024 was the first time that my kids beat me in bowling. I don't let them beat me in anything. I don't let them beat me in anything. But all three of them, or four, but all of them at one time or another, uh, different occasions, not all at the same time, but different occasions have beat me. And so, I guess I'm getting at that age now.
Okay, so what we're doing here, this is 5 questions with the source. We've got Big Jack Storytime, our special guest today, host of many things. He's a host of the Iron Sharpening Iron Show, the We Be Jammin' Live, which is a monthly music celebration with comedy and with like
Poetry.
poetry, comedy, like kind of like really dialed in, really awesome, and a number of other features he's got with his channel. And this has been a great interview already, but we're still going on 5 questions. Thank you, B, for your support. She's got 6 lives going in the background. Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. Bells and stars, how you doing?
Yes.
So we're in the meat and potatoes of the interview. After the interview part, we'll do a rapid fire, kind of a fun round, and then we'll also have a panel for those who wish to come on the screen or do questions, comments for Big John. We'll have that as well. Thank you, Cindy, like number 23. Appreciate it. And yeah, go watch. There's his channel right there. Go watch more.
Oh yeah. Come on over. Yeah.
All right. Nice job, Bells and Stars. 2 lives today. Good job on you. Okay. So we've talked a little bit about childhood. How about college years? Like, can you give us a little bit of an idea of Big Jack in college playing football? What, Virginia Tech? You're a fullback.
Uh,
How's school? How is the college life? How is football? Like, what did that all look like?
Again, like I said, I didn't have any major plans on going to college. So, I didn't think I was good enough. I've always didn't think I was good enough to make it to that level. When I got hurt my junior year, so now you're injured, you got to have all this surgery done. I had to have a lot of surgery done. So now it's like, okay, let me start looking at these much smaller schools. I need to find these little, maybe right outside community college, small college schools in the Maryland area or Virginia area, whatever. But I had the grades. I met my requirements on the SATs and all of that. And for some other reason, well, some odd reason, they thought I was pretty good. So I got recruited by a lot of schools. So, I was recruited that year. So I graduated in 1989. So in 1988, so that was my junior year going into my senior year. I would say times was tougher. We didn't have a Christmas tree in the house or whatever. So my mom took the Christmas cards that all the colleges sent me uh, for recruiting, and she put them up on the wall as a Christmas tree. So that was our Christmas tree that year, all the different recruiting cards. So I was recruited heavily for sports. So you only allow 5 visits. So in the NCAA, only allow you to take 5 official visits. So one of the schools was Virginia Tech. So I did Virginia Tech. I did North Carolina University. I did Georgia Tech University, Rutgers University, and who was the last one? Illinois. So Illinois University. So those are my 5 visits. I ended up going to Virginia Tech because the year before, my tailback's a year ahead of me. He went to Virginia Tech, so it was an opportunity to put that backfield back together, the fullback tailback combination. We're gonna go to Virginia Tech, but um, uh, I was listed. I probably listed as one of the top 50 players on the East Coast. So imagine being a good in my position. So I'm one of the top 50 fullbacks on the East Coast. But when I got to Virginia Tech, I met the other 49. Everybody was a top player on the East Coast. They all were good, and you're at a Division I level. I had a wonderful time in school. I really did like my time at Virginia Tech. The team, being under a great coach, Frank Beamer. But I was at Virginia Tech before a lot of people knew them because we were just coming off of probation. We was on the rebuild. So I was there in that foundation years of building what you see now. I was there when they first started getting that back in order. So, but I wouldn't trade the years, but I didn't have the patience. So 3 years into Virginia Tech, not getting the playing time that I think I should have. I think I was putting in the time, I'm putting in the effort. I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster than my other people in my position. So I'm like, hey, why I'm not getting on the field like I should? A little frustration happened, and I end up transferring. I end up transferring to a much smaller school, and I end up in West Virginia at a school called West Virginia Tech. So totally different. It's like trading in a Lexus for oof, I don't even know what. It's not even a car that's even that bad. It's for a motorbike. So if you want to go that way. So I'm down at West Virginia Tech, and that's where I really think I grew the most because the fact that it was much smaller. Now you're more independent. You don't have a lot of people doing stuff for you. For the first time in my life, now I got to pay my own rent. I got to pay, utilities and stuff like that because I'm not living on campus. The program wasn't a big money program, so a lot of stuff. It was a learning lesson for me. Would I do it again? I got 2 wonderful kids out of the deal and a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna say yes, I would do it again, but at the same time, it was a life lesson. So college is so patience. What I would tell anybody: have patience. You wait your turn. Especially when you're talking about sports, and then talk to somebody. Don't just do things shooting off the hip. If you're going to make a big move like that, you need to have a talk with somebody who's been through it or understands the process. Because I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I just was doing things, and I found myself going back and trying to fix what I broke, and it got a little weird, but I enjoy it. So those are my 2 schools, Virginia Tech and West Virginia Tech. So yeah.
Let's see. So you played football through? It wasn't an injury that ended your football career.
The broken back didn't finish my career. So that was they did a lot of surgery. Matter of fact, the Washington Redskins at the time, they were called the Redskins. Now they're the Commanders. But the
Okay.
Washington Redskins orthopedic surgeon was the one who did my surgery. That's the one that got me back on the field. Um, but when I got to West Virginia Tech, I remember saying it's a huge difference from Virginia Tech to West Virginia Tech. And the coach that got me there was an assistant coach for Virginia Tech. So he got the head coaching job at West Virginia Tech. And he was like, hey, I see you upset. I see you bothered, frustrated, da 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 da. Come on over here. I'll make sure that you get your playing time and this and that. So I'm like, wow, I'm in. He got me.
Right.
And I recruited other players. I pulled players from Virginia Tech team to come with me. I'm like recruiting. The first season of that coach being there, he gets fired.
Oh no.
They had 2 players that was ineligible. because of their SAT scores. They were ineligible, but they played. So we ended up forfeiting all the games we won that season. And they fired the coach. I like, what does the coach have to do with the SATs? But I like, because that should be at the administrative. I don't know. So they fire him. So, and they bring another coach in. Of course, a new coach comes in, and me and that coach didn't get along at all. We didn't get along at all. It was like, yeah. So the coach made a comment, and I'm in college, and we were practicing at 6 o'clock in the morning. Nobody wants to play football at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you, nobody wants to play football at 6 o'clock in the morning. So at 6 o'clock in the morning, we're out there playing football. We're practicing, and in West Virginia, it gets cold. So you coming out of Ohio, it gets cold in the fall months and this and that, especially at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I didn't even know that the sky was really purple until I started practicing at 6 o'clock. I didn't know it turns purple, and I'm colorblind, but I can see that it's purple. But just before the sun come up, it's purple. I'm like, wow, hey, ain't this something? But anyway, so me and the coach gets into an argument, and I was like, if I wanted to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'd join the military. And he was like, well, join the military. And that's how I ended up in the Army. That's exactly how I ended up in the Army. I left the practice field, went right to the recruiter's office because we had ROTC program at both Virginia Tech and West Virginia Tech. And I went right to them and I'm like, how can I get into the military? And he like, go take this test and da-da-da. And that's how I ended up in the military. Okay.
So, okay. Well, first shout out to Sirius S Virgo from Georgia in the house, and also Stardust Dreamer. Shout out to both of you. And Cindy said she had to head out. She said, "Thank you all for your blessings you've given me during my hard times. I know Greg is in heaven. Thank you, friends, for supporting me. Sending big hugs." So thank you.
All right, Cindy. And have a good day, Cindy. And thank you for showing up and hanging out with us.
And then so that you did meet you met your wife in college then at the Virginia.
I was married, then divorced and remarried. So my first wife, I did meet at West Virginia Tech. Yes. And then so I married. I left, went in the military. I got married, and I was married for 12 years before divorce and remarry. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Kids both, or how did that all happen? Or
So my first wife is where I got my first two kids. Yeah. So those are my first two. Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
Snapback moments. Appreciate you being.
Hey, snap back. Snap back. That's my aunt. That's my auntie right there. Nah, that's my aunt from another bloodline, but she's definitely a huge supporter right there.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, let's see here. So, okay, we got into college. We're in the army now. Okay, all right. Give us
In the
a little bit
army.
more of the army, and then we'll go into next wife and kids a little, and adult life after that. So,
All
army.
right. No problem.
Give us the.
I'll go. Of course, me and the coach, college football coach, have our moments. I go to the recruiter. The recruiters tell me to take this test, and now I'm on my way to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, because I'm going in the military, but I'm going in field artillery. So my basic training was in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I'm going in as a 13 Charlie. I wanted to be an MP. I wanted to be military police. That was my main thing. I want to be military police. And because I'm colorblind, and remember I said that's when I found out, like, oh, you're colorblind, you can't be a military police. I'm like, wow, ain't that something? Okay, so they like, because if you ever had to defuse a bomb and it's red and green wires, you can tell the difference. Okay, makes sense. So I'm in field artillery. I'm in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, which is the home of the field artillery. I'm out there doing my thing in basic training, and it's funny because one of my is a couple of shorts or lives or videos I've done about my time in the military. But one of them is when I knocked myself out, was in basic training. I actually knocked myself out. So yeah, I actually knocked myself out. But the drill sergeant gave me a hard time when I was in basic training because I came in straight off the football field. when I went in, so now I'm leaving the football field, and I'm in college. I'm a fullback. I weighed 250 going into the military. That was my playing weight in college. So I'm playing at 250. So
Yeah.
imagine a fullback running. I ran a 4.5 40, 4.59 40, 250 pounds, squatting over 700, deadlifting over 600, benching over 400, and now I'm in this green uniform on a platform with these drill sergeants and all this around me, and they gave me the hardest time because they're like, "What are you doing here? You should be in somebody's college or somebody's pro team or blah blah blah." And I'm like, "I've done all that. I'm here now. So this is my new life. This is what it's all about." So, I'm in the military. And I ended up being squad leader and all that other stuff you can get, and still winning awards and all for being most motivated. Uh, yeah, so that's saying that you got it right. Drill sergeants giving someone a hard time, though. Yeah, so look, they right. Yeah, so that's exactly. So they used to run me, so that they would call me over, and it's funny. They would call me over and make me run suicides just to see if I had that moving skills and all. He was highly impressed. But one time we getting ready to graduate basic training. So I'm gonna share this quick story there. I'm getting ready to graduate basic training, and across the loudspeaker. So the units, the whole your whole unit is broke up into 4 teams basically, and each team is in a dorm. So they're in a dorm room. So imagine a dorm room with say 50 bunks in each dorm. So there's 200 in the whole unit. And over the loudspeaker, you hear the senior drill sergeant come over the loudspeaker. So as soon as they come over the loudspeaker, you hear at ease. So everybody yelling at ease, all 4 rooms, even though because we don't know which room he's talking to. And he makes a comment. He says, "Jackson up there?" And they're like, you hear senior drill sergeant, yes, senior drill sergeant. That's what they're saying. And then he says, "Drop." So he drops me from the loudspeaker. He's not even looking at me. He's dropping me from a loudspeaker. He got me. So I'm in the lean and rest. I'm in a push-up position, ready to go. And he said, "Give me 50." So I got to do 50 push-ups, which is no problem. He said, "And when you finish," he said, "before you finish, everybody better be downstairs in formation." So he's giving me 50 to knock out, and everybody better be downstairs in formation because they know when I finish my 50, I'm going to be highly upset and bothered if everybody ain't downstairs. So it was funny how they used that, but everybody was downstairs in formation, ready to go for for this graduation thing. And I knew I had to do the whole 50 because somebody was going to tell if I didn't. So I just did it. So it's funny because now we get downstairs, we're in formation. The parents are there, so it's graduation. So parents and kids and all, and they're all greeting and meeting their kids all over the place. It's no organization because you're meeting your family. You ain't seen them in so many weeks or whatever. Excuse me. And the senior drill sergeant comes out and he sees all this chaos and he drops me again. So now I'm dropped. I'm in the lean and rest. It's Fort Sill, Oklahoma. It's summertime. Sweat pouring off my whole body as I'm down in this lean and rest. And he says, "Give me 50." He now give me another 50 push-ups. And he said, when you get up, this line better be straight. I'm talking straight. So I'm down there and I'm knocking them out. And when you pushing up, you got to say, one. You got to count it out. Say drill sergeant, senior drill sergeant every time you do one or whatever. So I finally get it. I finally finish. But it was funny because when I finally stood up, everybody was in line. I mean, they was tight. It was almost like every parent, every kid, everybody. It was so cool to see everybody in formation. Like, man, don't make that man get back down and do more push-ups. But it was a amazing time to, in the basic training because that's where I got to really, learn who I was and figure out who I was and what I was about, what I was made of. Football is one thing, but when you're, learning and the discipline that's needed to be a soldier, definitely changed my life right there, 100%. So, yeah.
Bima's here. Welcome, Jel Bima. So is the Army? So did you get to play football for Army, or is it a different location?
No, because the football players for Army, that's their academy. That's the Army Academy. So that's college. So I've already had used up my years of college. So I wasn't eligible. Excuse me, I wasn't eligible to play for the Army. I had already used up pretty much all my time.
Okay. Okay. Complete that, or what's your next phase of life, adult life?
Well, I mean, I did my Army time. I finished my basic training in AIT in Oklahoma, and then my first duty station was Fort Stewart, Georgia. So that's the first place I was ever sent to. Now you're in the unit. When I got to Georgia, you're pretty much on your own. Now it's like we taught you what you need to know. Here's your uniforms. You got orders to Georgia. When I got to Georgia, that's when I got serious about the church and got serious about the ministry and things like that. That's when my calling came when I was in Georgia. And that's where I asked my first wife to marry me when I was in Georgia. That she was in West Virginia at West Virginia Tech. But when I got to Georgia and I knew her, but when I got there, it was just like something's missing from my life. So I need a wife. I guess that's what was missing. But uh, and the funny thing about that whole situation, we had never dated. We never went on one date. So the first time I kissed my first wife was when we got married. When I said I do, it's just
Well,
crazy. It's totally crazy. So they already said that's not going to work. But 12 years, so it did work for a while. But then a time came where we just didn't agree and went our separate ways. So now that I'm in Georgia. I've been around the world several times, several deployments because Fort Stewart, Georgia is a rapid deployment unit. So, every time you will see something on CNN or whatever, we was getting alerted. And the mission was we would be anywhere in the world within 48 hours. So that was real. So like the things that's going on right now between Israel and Iran, my unit and our base would have been on alert. We'd have been ready to go in case we're needed to be there. And at that time we were talking Desert Storm had just finished, Desert Shield had just finished, and we were now dealing with Vigilant Warrior. So that was my time of going over to Kuwait and being part of Vigilant Warrior. During the time of the movie Black Hawk Down and going to Somalia because of that. So it's been a lot of different times that you got called into action to go over, and I've never had to that I know of. I never had to shoot my weapon, my anything handheld. I never had to shoot at anyone, but I've been in conflict as far as we was there and was ready to go if we ever had to. Excuse me. So when you go in the military, you sign a contract. So you say, all right, I'm gonna do 3 years, I'm gonna do 4 years or whatever. So when I did my first 3 years, now I'm time to reenlist. And I say, okay, I'm gonna reenlist, but I don't want to be field artillery anymore. I want to be an MP. So it's like, well, I'm still colorblind, but you can be an MP now. so so my job changed. I went from being field artillery to military police, and that's how I finished my time. I only did 8 years because I had orders. I did a year in Korea. So when I was in Korea, my orders, once your year is up, it's a solo tour, so you don't get to take your family and anything. But then the orders I had right after Korea was Japan, and my ex-wife was like, I don't want to go to Japan, da da da. And so that ended up getting out. And that was probably one of the biggest mistakes I made with the military was getting out at 8 years. Because really you only got to do 20, you can retire. So why not knock it out and get to 20? So any regrets I have about that time in my life was not doing the 20 years. So, yeah. So now I'm out. I'm out of the military.
Adult life beyond military, you got family, next wife, more kids, jobs, career life, all that
My
stuff.
first job out of the military was a correction officer at the maximum prison in West Virginia. So I was a correction officer, and I got a video about that in there because it says that was the first time I realized that was my first real job. Because in the military they pay for everything. And when I say they pay for everything, they give you a place to sleep, they give you uniforms to wear, they give you food to eat, If you're in government housing, you don't pay utilities, none of that. But when I got out the military, now I got rent and I got electric bills and phone bills and cable bills and car notes, stuff I never even was exposed to. And my first job coming out the military, my salary at the prison, and I'm in a maximum prison in West Virginia, 18,120, $18,120. That was my max.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
wow. So, and this is what you got to do. So, I did a couple of years there, and like I say, now I got it's my ex-wife, but now I got two sons. Trying to raise them up and do the right thing. So, when you get out the military, they give you two options. They say we can either send you back to where we got you from, which was West Virginia, because I was at West Virginia Tech, or we could send you back to your home of records, which was the DMV. Now I got two sons, and I was like, where do I want to raise them? In West Virginia, where it's calm and cool, or I want to take them to Washington D.C. area, where at that time they were the murder capital of the world. So it was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to expose my kids to that roughness that I grew up with. It was a little, we used to fight every day getting off the school bus. So I like they don't want to expose them to that. So that's how I ended up back in West Virginia, working at the prison, and it was good. So I'm at the prison. It's funny because of the fact that when Y2K hit, I was a correction officer, and that was one of the big things we was all worried about with Y2K was these cell doors are going to pop open once that clock
Yeah.
hits 12 and it goes to zeros. And so that was like the big thing. Everybody's on the edge waiting to see if these cell doors are going to pop open on their own and all, but it didn't. We got through Y2K, but that was one of the big things from there. And I was still I only did like 1 year or 2 years with corrections, and then I ended up in the post office. So I went from there to the U.S. Post Office. So I was a window clerk for a while too, as in the U.S. Postal Service. So that's the job I had during the time of when 9/11 hit. I was in the post office. Anthrax was the big thing. I was in the post office. So, I went through all of that with taking the iodine tablets and all this stuff because we were so exposed to so many different mail. And it's funny because during that time is when Netflix first came out. I don't know if you might remember, and some people in the chat remember when they used to send you the AOL disc. So AOL disc, well, we in the post office and Netflix is sending these discs. And we
Yep.
didn't know what they were. We're trying to put them in the boxes. We were breaking more discs. We didn't know what they were. Like, what is this? And trying to fit it in the box. But so I probably broke up about 100 movies before we realized what it was.
We've got Married in Arkansas here. Welcome in, Married in Arkansas. How you
Oh
doing?
yeah, hey.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, your adult years, second wife, more children, and yeah, anything else you want to share about these years, and we could still talk about. We're at almost an hour and 40 minutes,
Yeah.
so I'll do some rapid fire, and
Okay.
then while we rapid fire, we'll see if anybody wants to come up on stage and or if there's questions, comments. I know there was a question from I got a snapshot of raw footage's question, so we can do
Okay.
that as well.
Well,
Any more adult up till now?
well, like I said, I'll go real quick. I mean, I met my current wife in 2006. We got married in 2007. We she had she had a son before we got married. I had two sons, so then that made us three, and together we have one. So that's our four. That's my four boys. I don't believe in stepsons and things like that. So so with all of that, so and wonderful. So my current wife, she was the one that motivated me to finish school because in all of that I didn't finish. So it was like you need to go back and finish school. My career, the difference between a job and a career was pointed out by my current wife. Traveling the world because, like I said, I've been around the world three times, but it was always working. Now I get to go on vacation. So we do the Japan and the Londons and all these other places, Paris and all this now. So enjoying life and really, really enjoying. And we expose this to our kids. So our kids have been around, they've seen a lot of things and been able to do stuff. So I'm in a good spot. So I'm happy. We got married in July. My favorite number is 7. So just always know my favorite number is 7. So I was married in 2007 in the 7th month in the 7th day. So 777. So there it is right there. So it just so happened to fall right in line on a Saturday. And so I took advantage of it. So yeah, but that's, in a nutshell, I think that's me. Now I'm a grandfather. My boys are all, except for my one getting ready to go into high school, but the rest of them are uh, productive and doing their thing. And yeah, some of them have already been guests on the show, so I get them on there. And so very supportive, very loving kids, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Really, as a father, as a husband, I couldn't ask for anything more. So I'm right there.
Awesome. There's a we got some time here for if you want to share more about your channel, anything going on your channel, uh, like maybe point people in a direction of where to look on your channel for certain content that would because if we had 100 hours here, we could go into everything.
Yeah. No, and I understand that. So we know the Iron Sharpening Iron show is every Wednesday, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's right on my channel. We have different guests every show. We have a different guest to come on, and the big change that we have now, and I got my co-host now, Walt Talks. He comes on and he brings a different flavor to the show, a little deeper conversation. And Walt's a child friend, so um, yeah, we're probably a couple. We're at a couple. We're a couple of years apart from each other, but he's like that brother, that big brother type. So I listen to him. I respect what he says, but at the same time, the big change that we have with the show is that we stopped talking more to the guests and started talking to the topic. So that's a little bit different. So now we're putting more topic out there with the guests, and then we're getting a combination of learning both about the person and the topic because we're trying to get. I want to be able, when the person watched the show, be able to walk away with something. That's where the iron sharpening iron come from. What did this change in my life because of what I heard about what you had to say? So, you think we just had Nefty Mandola on, and he was financial advisor, so he was talking about finances and all. When we had Cindy Moore on, Cindy Lifestyle and More, talking about your, the skincare products and all that. So we're talking about the topic, but talking to the person, and so that's the more direction we're trying to go in even when we had you on. So I mean, it's like you've been a guest on the show. So, and we're open, and the big change of bringing the men up uh, is just trying to throw a little bit more deeper in because I think a lot of times it's almost like it's not manly for men to talk about their issues and their concerns. So we're trying to get away from that and just put it out on the table. And if that means I have to expose myself so other people will open up, then I will expose myself, and I'm okay with that. So, but every Wednesday and Sunday, come on by. Sorry about the cough. Sorry.
Right, you're all right. Uh, yeah, Rob. As a committed lifelong learner, I can truly appreciate that. Iron sharpening iron. Amen. Uh, So let's see. Anything else you want to share about your channel? I had more questions and notes, but there's a couple times I've done this show, and Guy creating change was also. I don't know how it happens, but I asked Guy his whole life story too, kind of what we've done tonight too. But it's a good format, and it's good. You get this done one
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
on to watch and refer and learn and your whole channel is filled up with all the types of content that people should go to your channel and check out to learn
Yeah.
more about. Everything.
I do. I say, come over. I honestly believe, and this is the theme of the show and everything. We are stronger together. 100%. We are stronger together. And that if each one would just reach one, and that's all you got to reach is one, we can all grow and glow. And that's really, I mean, that's not, it's not a cliche, it's not fake. That's just how I feel that we're stronger together. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate even the format you had today because it allowed me to open up and allow me to share, some of the things that, you know, you don't get to do when you're hosting a show. You can, because when you got a guest on the show, you don't want it to be about you. You want it to be about your guests. So you
Right.
really don't get the opportunity to share a lot of the information. And
Okay.
because we only do live shows, it gets tough to, I have to do more videos, is what I've been told. But it's I like live, so I like having someone up there to talk to. So we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
So
But
let's do a quick rapid fire round, and then while we rapid fire, I'm gonna drop a link for maybe we'll have a couple guests come on screen for a panel. The first question we have is from Raw Food. So let's do that. So fire is kind of the similar to word association game. I'll say a quick statement or question, and then you kind of answer, kind of brief point. Yeah, it's more rapid fire. So, uh, welcome to Indigo Twin in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so here we go into the rapid fire. Okay, Big Jack is
open book.
okay. Your channel, Big Jack Storytime, is
It's all about me. The story's about me. It's all about me. And just to throw this real quick, Jack is not my name. My last name
right.
is Jackson. First name is Bill. But when I was out on the field, that's what people just to call me Billy Jack, and that's where that Big Jack came from. So just throwing that out there. So, but
Perfect. And I try to, I know we go into this with a little bit of anonymity of our personal, so
no,
I don't even.
I'm good. I'm good on that one.
I'm here. Okay. Next one is your show, the Iron Sharpening Iron Show, is.
uh, uh, helping one another. So that's what it's all about: helping each
Yep,
other grow.
like it. Your event, We Be Jammin' Live, is.
I'm a music lover. It's an opportunity for me just to have good music on the stage at one time. So it's all about supporting other people and watching their channels grow and their product grow.
Your subscribers are.
I may say it again. I'm sorry.
Oh, your subscribers are.
That's the reason why I do it. It's I want to that they're the reason I come on every day. It's just the people that subscribing and really the viewers and the subscribers is why I do this.
What's one word that describes you?
Humble,
Okay. How about another word that describes you?
passionate.
Passionate.
Yes,
Um, what's one thing that makes you happy?
making other people happy. When other people are doing good, I'm great. I'm right in the right spot. I'm good.
How about another thing that makes you happy?
Security, like I say, my family security is my thing. When we're in a good spot, I'm in a good spot. So that's my piece.
Indigo for that question. As soon as we start the questions here, we'll do that. Fire. I'm gonna skip through a little bit here. How about like a favorite food?
Ooh. Favorite food, favorite dish is chicken and dumplings. So that's my favorite. That's my lifetime favorite, chicken and dumplings. But I'll knock a pizza out anytime.
How about like a favorite city you've traveled to?
Ooh, Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, awesome.
Uh, What about sport? What sports?
Sports team, football, the Raiders.
Every Raiders, yeah,
Football are
yeah.
the Raiders. Basketball, the Wizards, and baseball would be the Orioles. So yeah.
Okay, not the best of luck. I'm a Browns fan, so.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Let's see here. How about quick couple shout out? We'll do a quick shout out, quick fire. This is a new thing. Just name a quick channel to each of these questions. Name a YouTuber that's funny.
Ooh, Nemo 504. I think is funny. There's a couple of good funny ones. Chris the Flash is I think he's a funny person. So Fishy Things is funny. So yeah, it's a couple of them out there.
A YouTuber that you learn from.
Ooh. Yeah, ooh, that's a good one. You, the source. I learned a lot from the source, so that's a good one. Nemo again was a inspiration and helped me
sure.
help me get there. And yeah, those are two right now.
For sure. What about a YouTuber that is talented?
That would be creating change. I think Guy is very talented. And then it's so many people in the Philippine world with Dapper PH and his team. That's just amazing to watch them perform. So
I'm dropping the link here for after we're done with this here. But what about? Can you shout out maybe like a couple of your biggest supporters? Like name them off the top of your head.
I'll say biggest supporters. B would be number one. B is definitely a huge supporter. So the channel. Um, you got Anthony My Time. He's always been there. Again, I'm putting the U out there. The Gen X effect.
Gen X, who's on the comment section? Like every time you put something up, they're just right there. Like, oh,
yeah. Oof, that's a good one. Oh man. It's so many different people. So it's and you look for them. It's almost like you miss them when they're not there. So and I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm missing. Snapback Shoshana is real big. Also, Ravishing is real big. Boogie Time is real big. So it's those people. Source is there. Gen X is there. So it's a lot of different people that pop in and support. So it's hard to pull one out and say you're the one.
like you, every live stream, like you say, I'm not trying to forget anybody. Like if I miss
Yeah.
you, it's not like that. It's just a quick game.
No.
Okay. In the back room, I'll do an intro. I've got the two questions though from I'm going to bring him on, but I've got to get those first couple questions in too. So if you can hang in there, things while we ask those first couple questions. Welcome to the stage, Fishy Things.
Fishy.
Oh, what's up? What's up, man?
What's up, Fishy Things? How you
I thought
doing?
you could ask the questions first. You told me to hang in there.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get these couple questions. Yeah, congratulations for everything, Fishy Things. Yeah, monetization and everything.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right, here, real quick. Let's do the raw foodish question first. I'm going to pull that up. Give me one moment here. All right. Raw footage. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so raw footage wanted to know, Big Jack, if you could instantly acquire any real ability or skill, what would it be?
Oh, wow, that's a good one. Oh man, that's a good one. It really is a good one. Instant. Me personally, if I had the skill, I would be able to. We talk all the time, but I want to be able to reach the masses. So if I had a skill that when I spoke, that people would just, everyone would turn their ear and listen. That would be one of the things I would like to have. I look at our channel, I look at my channel, and I'll say, okay, I want thousands and thousands and thousands of people to hear what we got to say. We're putting out a good product. So if there was a way that I could make that happen, that would be something I would, if it was like somewhere I could snap a finger or wave a wand and that happened, that would be perfect for me. So,
All
I
right.
think it's called authoritarianism. No, I'm just kidding.
no.
I'm just kidding.
One more.
Yeah,
One more
without being in
audience.
control. Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's better.
One more audience question, real quick here. So Indigo Twin wanted to know if there's one piece of advice that you would give to someone wanting to start their channel.
Good question.
The advice would be to, one, get started. You got to start. Sometimes we think we're going to wait until we get things in order before we get started. Get started, and then be real to yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. If you just be yourself, then your channel will be your channel. It will be about you. The minute that you try to be something that you're not, then every time you come on, you got to try to be that person again, and try to make something else up to make it even better than that time before. When you just got to be you, or just being you, that's all you got to worry about, is just being you. I don't have to remember my stories because they're my stories. I don't have to remember my, who I am because it's me. And I don't have to worry about going back home and apologizing to my family, anything, because of things I said, because they know this is me. So I'm not doing anything that's outside of who I am. And that would be my number one advice to anybody: be you. And when you be you, your channel will grow, and it will grow around you, and it'll grow at that pace for you. So that would be my advice for sure.
All right, fishy. It's fishy time. What do you got? Questions or comments for Big Jack?
I'm just jumping up to support. I'm a big fan of Big Jack, and I'm a big fan of Source, and I miss you guys. I've been busy, so I was like, I want to hang out.
Yeah. Oh, in your title there, under your name, Fishy Things, is that a new product? Big Jack Rocks? Are we selling rocks now?
Rocks is a verb in this situation.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know me in school. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
I like Big Jack. I guess when you starting up the men's health thing, am I still gonna be on that panel?
Yes, 100%. So it's the last the last Iron Shopping Iron show of the month. So
okay.
It could be a Wednesday, it could be a Sunday, but the last show of the month will be the Gentleman's Journal. So
Gentleman's Journal. That's what it's called.
And you're 100% more than welcome to be up on the stage and come in with your and we did another one the other day where we had some younger guys on. We had 2 guys under 25, 1 guy was 30, because we just wanted to get that different perspective of, how much is different. Because when you got people that's married, and it's different when you're single, so like I'm married, I got kids, but now let's talk to the ones that are not married, that don't have kids, and see what are they going through.
Well, so 25 is like a magical age period where your brain switches from liquid intelligence to crystalline intelligence. It's like the true transition into becoming an adult. Like your brain really changes. Up to 25, your mind and personality are still malleable. So that is a very good thing to try and get some wisdom from older men to the men that are under 25, because
100%.
You really got to get that personality developed. Have character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and that was but that's to answer your question, Fishy. That is when we're doing it. The last show of the month will be focused on Gentleman's Journal. So I'll be sending you the invite to see if you're available, and we'll get you up there for sure.
All right. Yeah, because I really am passionate about that. I want to be in on that. I think I have a lot to contribute. I've had some mental health issues throughout most of my life. I'm still crazy, but I'm pretty well adapted at this point. You know what I mean?
And the fact that you would even put that out and tell anybody, and that's what we need, more people to open up and let it know that it is real, even when we can laugh and joke about it, but it is real. That there's like I told Source that I'm in 7th grade trying to get myself sick so I won't have to turn in a report. There's something going on there that
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Deshay. Deshay is here. Welcome, Deshay. And then we got to bring on Rudy. Oh, Emmykins is here. Welcome in, Emmykins. We got to bring Rudy on. We're winding this thing down at about the 2-hour mark here. Let's see here.
Big Jack deserves 3 hours. Come on, Source.
We could go a little bit over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going
I appreciate
bring on Rudy here. All right, here's Rudy. Rudy, make sure to turn down any background noise if you could. Rudy, you're coming on the stage here. And try to stay focused, Rudy, on Big Jack. Big Jack, do you have any comments or questions, Rudy, for Big Jack?
Oh, hello, Jack. How's everything been? Does Big Jack knows how to multiply 9 times 9?
9 times 9 is 81, and yes, I do.
How is your life in 81, and what month is your birthday?
Fingers, 30?
Huh?
You know how to times 9 with your fingers?
Yes.
You go to the 9th finger, and then what is that?
Look, I always look. This is a thing. The 9s are the easiest of them all. I always love the 9s because it all adds up to 9. So 9 times 1 is 9. Yep. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. Yep. So I always love the 9s. The 9s were always
silly, but some of the numbers are prime.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely correct, Rudy. You are 100% correct.
Because what month is your birthday?
My month, December. Yep. I'm a December baby. Yeah.
Don't tell them the last 4 of your social.
No, I won't.
So you're from December of 70 or 71?
70. Yeah. December 1970.
What day in December?
Nah, you can't. Now you got the whole thing now. So I can tell you this.
Are you Capricornio or Sagittario?
I am a Capricorn. So it's that time of the month. Yeah.
Also after Christmas.
Yeah. Well, December 20 can be I think that falls under 21 is the Capricorn. So
how about
Rudy? Because we talked to Brandon. Brandon's 6 years younger than you are.
Rudy, what's your mother's maiden name and your street address?
Can have an interview show. Rudy, you can have an interview show of your own, it sounds like.
Yeah, Rudy got it going on.
Yeah. But does Big Jack knows how to count to 100? And have you heard of 13th grade, Big Jack?
I can't count to 100. I can't count to 100. And the 13th grade, I never heard of that one, but I think that's the school of hard knocks.
Can I wager 8145? 8145
in college, right?
I heard 8145. I didn't catch that though.
Sorry.
Wager. I don't know what that means.
I don't. Yeah,
Jeopardy from Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't ask those questions.
Yeah,
but Rudy with autism.
I was on live last night, and Rudy tried to come on the stage, but I wasn't able to get him on. So I just want to say thank you, Rudy, for being supportive and popping in like.
And then can you tell Echo to unblock me?
What? Didn't know that happened.
Because I cannot comment on Echo's live on my channel because Becca was on live with I'm my other's keeper.
Well, sometimes you probably appear to be spamming sometimes, Rudy.
Yeah, just talk to her. I
think Kim was the one that told Echo to block me.
Her email address is easily available. You can just talk to her. But we're winding this thing down.
But I have my third channel but I'm thankfully not blocked from Echo on my third channel.
Okay.
All
right, hang on, Rudy. We're gonna give you a moment of we want to let Fishy talk for a second here. We're gonna wind this thing down in about a minute. So I'm gonna mute you, Rudy, if you want to hang in here for a little bit. Sorry about that, Rudy. Because Rudy, we love what you bring, but then it becomes all Rudy, the whole thing. So I want to make sure everybody else gets a chance to. So how about another minute here, Fishy, Big Jack? What do you guys got?
All right, what do you want to go fishing for, Big Jack? Where are we going fishing at?
The last time I was out, we caught cobia. So I don't know. So that's
I don't know what that is.
yeah. I have to show you a picture. I'm gonna post a picture up there and
Okay.
put it on my channel so you can see it. And that was
Tag me.
it was about as tall as me, so it was
Oh
pretty
my
nice.
God.
Yeah. So I'll go off for anything. I'm a catch and release person. I don't eat fish, so it wouldn't be something that I'm trying to catch so I can eat. But I like walleye. So the last fish I was walleye. It was funny because I used to go river fishing off the shore, and my goal was on when you go into the national or into the parks to tell you all the fish that's in the water, and my goal was to catch every one of those fish. So long, and then that's how I did. So my first walleye, I didn't even know what that was. I mean, this thing had those crazy looking eyes and had teeth, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" So I didn't know what a walleye was, but man, that's a good eating fish. So, and I'm not a fish eater, but that's a good eating fish. So if you've never been walleye,
let's do our closing statements now. Let's do our closing statements. So I just want to say thank you so much to Big Jack Storytime for being with us here on 5 Questions with the Source. It's been a real pleasure. So thank you, Big Jack. You got anything you want to say? Closing it out, Big Jack?
Again, just thank you for allowing me to be a guest on your show, Source. You're doing a wonderful job. I mean, definitely a huge supporter of so many channels and communities, and keep doing what you're doing. You're like the mayor of the town, so the mayor of the communities. So I really, it's a pleasure. And I was sitting there, and I would just be straight up with you. I was like, he ain't had me on his show yet. What's going on with that? So I'm not gonna ask, but I was like, what's going on? But it's okay. But I knew one day we was gonna cross this path, and I'm so glad that we did. And anytime you need me and anytime you want to be on the stage, even with the men and all, because I do value your opinion and what you have to say. And I know the time zone is sometimes a big issue, but you find a way to be there and support them. So thank you for what you do. And 100%, this has been a pleasure. And thank you for having me on your show.
I'll find more chances to get on your stage too. I just noticed your StreamYard link is there on your channel description. I didn't think you were making it very available, so I didn't come on for months now. So I didn't know it was there. So, but I'll be on more for sure.
Oh,
yeah. Thanks everybody. Tomorrow is our Sunday.
Mayoral look to him, doesn't he?
What's that?
You do have a mayoral look. Yeah, you look mayoral.
I guess.
I feel it. You
sound like trying to say dirty words.
If we don't get a chance, Source, just make sure we say Happy Father's Day to all those dads and out there who are doing their thing. And again, hope you have a good time. And again, thank you for letting me be on.
What are you doing a Father's Day special of any kind? I know you did the Mother's Day one.
But this time I got women on the stage.
Okay,
and,
nice.
Flip that script. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll have different women on the stage, and we flip the script a little bit.
What time is that? I want to see that.
It's 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time is when the show starts.
I've got the support spin wheel at 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern, 4 o'clock Eastern, the support spin wheel. So everybody come by tomorrow and we'll spin and we'll have a winner for each day of the week for who we can all support as one. And then we have a stage, a lot of space on the stage for people to come on the stage and present or perform or for the rest of the live stream. So I look forward to seeing all y'all tomorrow as well. So bye. Thanks, American Dowser, for coming by. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, Source.
Yep.
Before you I want to ask, can I show this picture real quick, and then I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna present, if it's okay, just real quick. It won't take long.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's see. Share the screen. Let's see if I can get it. All right, here you go, Fishy.
What do we got here?
That lets you.
It's down here. You have to put it up there, Source.
So where do I go do that?
It's at the I guess at the bottom where my
in the chat, maybe? No?
Yeah, let me see.
There. Here, I got it.
That's cobia.
Oh my God. That is a heck of a fish right there.
Yeah.
See, that's ocean fishing, huh?
Yeah. That was out in there. Yeah.
I just do the freshwater stuff, but wow, that is a heck of a fish right there.
Yeah.
Very
So,
good.
but
And
I was able to
that's
find
you
that
holding
picture.
it?
Huh?
That's you holding it?
Yeah, that's me
You
holding it.
look
Yeah.
jacked, man. How long ago was that?
It wasn't that long ago. Big Jack is a Big Jack. Yeah. Yeah.
He was
But that was it. So thank you, Sauce, for letting me put that up. I just wanted to share.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Big Jack,
All
you
right,
rule. Of course,
everybody.
you rule. I think Rudy
All
wanted
right.
to. Rudy wants a closing statement.
All right. You say bye real quick and we close it out. Go ahead, Rudy. Say bye.
Okay.
Okay,
We tried.
everybody.
My
Have a great
family,
weekend.
my family's having issues with me because I thought that what I'm doing is wrong right now.
What are you doing right now?
Well, it's just that my mom heard me when I was trying to give out the information, but I'm not doing nothing wrong.
No, you're okay.
We're
You
just
did
saying our
good.
goodbyes. Rudy, do you want to say goodbye to anyone? Do you have a lucky goodbye number or anything? All right. Oh,
All right, everybody.
No, we're okay,
You're
but
good,
it's just
Rudy.
that my family's having issues right now with me. I thought
Good.
I'm talking to a stranger, but
You're good. You're good, Rudy. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Right.
I don't
Aloha.
want my parents to know that.
Thanks, Doran. Thanks.
Later. All right. Bye.
Bye.